Boom. What's going on? What's going on? How you doing? I'm playing around here with different things here. Hopefully there's no lag on this time. Got Shango right here. Of course, your international god of mystery. Salute to everybody who's going to see this. You know what I'm saying? So the title of this particular video, right? This is part of our Master Your Magic YouTube series of videos. I might make this its own little show. So that way we can like get together and, talk some magic shit, in particular techniques, things of that nature. Hey, what's going on, Prosperity? The name of this particular video is Robotic Incantations for Luck. So I have a very quick, today is St. Patrick's Day, right? And St. Patrick's Day is synonymous with luck. You know what I'm saying? Very synonymous with luck. The four-leaf clover and all that. Aside from other things, obviously, we all, some of us know like the true kind of like history of that whole thing, but that's not what this is about. All right. So, as I mentioned, the title of this video is Robotic Incantations for Luck. This may seem controversial from what I have espoused in the past. Yes, I know, right? I am a man of, I can be contradictory, I guess you could say. Is that the word? I don't know. So, in the past, I have advocated, of course, I mean, we all know that there is power when you put feeling to certain shit, right? When you put feeling to things, it empowers it. Feelings are the jet fuel. However, feelings can also trigger other feelings. All right. So robotic incantations are basically just that. Incantations you say robotically. Now, I have publicly spoken and I said, hey, don't just say the shit robotically. But you know what? I've had some incidences over the past month, actually longer than that. And it's forced me to reverse engineer what the hell I was doing. I'm going to give you what the story is, okay? So basically, story number one, and this is going to sound stupid, but all these sound actually very stupid. But story number one, I was having a conversation about a fake ass magician on these YouTube screens, right? And I commented that this nigga looked like a beluga with locks. And literally, now I just said it in jest, right? It was just like talking a little shit, whatever. And so literally like maybe 2-3 hours later, I go to the corner store, which also sells liquor. And I'm waiting in line. There's people in front of me. All of a sudden, I just look up and there is the biggest bottle of a liquor called Beluga. And I've never seen it there before. Is it possible that it's been there before? Yes, it is. But I never seen it. I never noticed it. Okay. That very same day, when I had gotten back to the house, I was scrolling through Facebook. This is just a very basic example, but this happens to me all the time. And I'm going to tell you why this is important, okay? Not necessarily the contents, but I'm just sharing some stories to illustrate. So there was a post on Facebook, and the person had posted these donuts, right? They were dick-shaped donuts, and I thought it was hilarious. I was going to post the picture. However, there was a caption in Spanish. I didn't know what it said, so I wasn't going to take no chance posting that shit. You know what I mean? So 3-4 hours later, I'm on my nighttime walk. And mind you, I walk these streets all the fucking time. I get to my steps in. Okay. Right there in the middle of the street was a fucking donut. No, it was not dick-shaped donut, but it was a donut. And what caught my attention was it was right in the middle of the street. And second of all, the donuts were, I don't know if you've seen those donuts that they're not covered in glaze or anything like that. They're just covered in like that sparkly, the sugar covered donuts. The donuts themselves have like a natural, like this color. If you know what, if you know, then you know, right? So it was one of those donuts. So in other words, it wasn't a chocolate donut. It wasn't like a, donuts with all kinds of. It was just one of those colored donuts, and that really caught my attention because I was just like, it brought back a bunch of other incidences, and I'm sure you guys have asked the same question to yourself, which is how come it seems I can manifest shit that I really don't care about, that is like nothing to me, and that seems to be the shit that manifests, I mean, expeditiously, as it's been said, right? So in re-engineering a lot of these different cases that I've had, where it's like the shit just pops up like almost literally immediately, and if not immediately, then 2-3 hours a day at the latest. Okay, I'm not usually one who's too preoccupied with speed or time so much in those cases. Obviously, who wouldn't want it more now than later? But sometimes when it comes a little later, it's actually more beneficial, but we're not going to get into that. So what I have found is that when you mindlessly do shit, there's a power in that as well, right? There's a power in being able to get into the state, get into the feeling of what you are materializing, what you're casting for. And then there's also a power where you just mindlessly do some shit. How many times have you been mindlessly, doing some chore around the house, or just doing something, right? That's like, it doesn't require your mind to mentally be there. And you start thinking of something, and before you know it, like it either shows up right after, or the same day, or whatever have you. Well, there is something definitely to that. So the robotic incantations are basically, the point is to just say them robotically, maybe even to the point where you kind of just bore yourself. If you're watching TV, just say your little incantation, whatever it is, I have such and such. I am this or that, whatever. But you're not like trying to convince yourself. Because what I have also noticed too is when you're attempting to convince yourself, especially like in the beginning stages, a lot of times, immediately the bullshit or resistance wants to, rise up as well. So I was asking myself this question, and my inner Damon a lot of times likes to answer me immediately. It's almost like the conversation's like right then and there. Sometimes, other times, the answers come later. All right. So what I was told was the reason why that happens is because you have absolutely no resistance. And that was another thing that stuck out to me as far as like paying attention to what you're paying attention to. That's why even me, like, I know I joke around a lot. I talk a lot of shit, especially like on FB and like Instagram and shit like that. But I'm very careful as to the kind of jokes that I say now, because humor is one of those other mediums that can rock you to sleep, that can get something past your critical mind real fast. Laughter is very powerful, so I no longer post like, I've seen shit that was funny too. Like, this is what $100 bought me, right? And it was like a little thing of groceries or something like that. I don't post shit like that. I don't post shit. Put it this way. Anything that I don't want showing up in my reality, I'm not going to post, even if I think the meme is funny. Because the reason why a lot of times we think shit is funny is because there's an element of truth. So I'm not saying to anybody else to be dogmatic. I'm just telling you, me, myself, that's why, I do post a lot of fuckery. I'm one of the fuckery kings, but it's, especially when it comes to just certain things that, like, any type of memes that are about how hard it is, or, how shit like that, especially the humor-based ones. And sometimes I be thinking that, like, there's a psyop warfare going on, and they use memes because what easier way to get it into people's consciousness than through a meme or a nice little funny meme and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. But the basis, like I said, of the robotic incantations are that you can actually do them anywhere, anytime, and you do not have to make some big production out of it. You do not have to, feel like it's already done and all that other shit, because sometimes that's easier on some days than it is on others, if we're being honest. Some days you're more in your zone for that shit and others you're not. And yes, there's a lot of power in doing spell work in certain brainwave states, such as theta, where you're almost asleep. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of us go through our whole days asleep. Yet we're walking around and we're driving and we're doing shit. We're robots. When you're doing the robot, that means you're asleep. That means you are not present. So, since a lot of us phase in and out of presence all day long, we might as well learn how to be able to capitalize off of that, right? So you can begin to practice robotic incantations. Now, there's a couple popular YouTubers who talk about just saying shit matter-of-factly or robotic. They opt for reps, right? High reps. So, for example, you can make a game out. I heard one suggestion that I thought was pretty cool as far as this particular technique goes, which is like maybe even you can do this while you're white. Like I said, the easiest way I have found, and I was doing this with mantras long ago, years ago. So I'd be doing mantras, like especially if I was certain mantras, maybe you may have to do 10,000 times, right? So to attain CDs, right? To unlock certain faculties or to enhance more of your faculties or to gain certain powers, so to speak. And shit, I remember watching Narcos on Netflix chanting. And it got to the point where I actually became aware, like, wow, I've actually been chanting for like a half hour straight. And I've been saying this shit like on point, and I'm not trying to. So some part of me is saying this mantra, you know what I'm saying? And it has to also be going back in, as I'm watching Narcos, right? Hey, what's up, prophetess? Yes. Let's put this up here. Oh, wait, that don't work right now. So yeah, so the basis is you pick one thing, and you might want to pick like a little you might want to make a game out of it. You might want to like maybe put your timer on your phone. That helps me a lot. Using a timer on my phone, whether I'm doing a particular task, it makes it more of a game. Can I get this done within the 20 minutes that I just set? Ready, set, go. I do certain drills and things of that nature, magic wise, hypnosis wise, you name it. I use my timer. It makes it more of a game for me. If it's a game is synonymous with fun, right? It's not a job. But if you're doing robotic, you can make it fun also, but like you don't have to mean what you're saying really. And the basis is the repetition of it alone will enact or effect some type of change that you want. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen this. And if you don't really give a shit what you're saying about, then the less you give a shit, the less resistance you also have. So you see how that works? It's another way to skin that goddamn cat. Okay. Oops, let me take that down real quick. I feel like time is speeding up. Yes, I would agree with you, sir. I definitely think something is going on. Whether time is our experience of time is definitely speeding up. But yeah, so this is one of the things that I wanted to bring to you, because I know that a lot of you, I know that every single one of you, matter of fact, can relate to that. You've thought of something, maybe you thought of some song, doesn't matter what it is, and the shit just shows up either that day, an hour later, or, like a day or two later, tops. You know what I'm saying? And it maybe even something really just off brand, just something totally out of left field that you would not see regularly, period. It's not like you're just, oh, well, I would have seen that anyway. No. So there is a lot of validity to this. So really what you're doing when you're repeating something robotically and you're going for high reps is you're actually in a state of trance there. Just like you're in a trance when you're washing dishes, you're in a trance when you are taking a shower. You're in a trance when you're driving. Some of you who have physical labor type of jobs, that's all muscle memory. Half the time you're not even there at the job. Your body's there doing the shit, but you're not. You're not there present with every movement and stuff. Like, that's when I was a supervisor, a partner of mine, my brother from another RIP, he had his own janitorial company, and I was a supervisor for a couple locations. And A, I got to work at night. B, I didn't have to deal with nobody. And C, I could be having the worst day. I could be going through hell on earth. It doesn't matter your emotional state. It doesn't matter anything. You can go in there and your body can fulfill the job. So you go into trance the moment you start pushing that damn vacuum around. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way it works. You know what I mean? That's the way it works. So listen, as you see behind me, right? Time is definitely almost running out to join the Everything's Coming Up Aces Wealth, Money, and Luck ritual. And part of this video is I also wanted to talk about creating your own luck and, maybe even find out what your personal definition of luck is. Some people, I don't know what your personal definition of luck is, but I just seen this. This is good right here. Exactly. I was just knocking that shit maybe about 3 weeks ago. That's a knock right there. That is a knock. That's one of my old cuts from my childhood. But yeah, luck to me is also, it has a lot to do with your rhythm. If you noticed it, when you feel lucky, especially for this ritual, this is also about being in your own personal flow, your own personal rhythm of your life, especially as it relates to the things that you want, who you're becoming, consciously taking the wheel, going the way you want to, and not just reacting to whatever the hell's going on and shit like that, So luck to me is also based off of where your awareness is at. Because I guarantee you, each and every one of you has a lot of fucking opportunities around you. The challenge may be in actually seeing them, because it doesn't matter how many opportunities that you have if you can't see them. But once you start to notice them and attune yourself to the types of events and circumstances and maybe even people that relate to what it is that you say you want, or that you really do truly desire, as opposed to maybe what has been going on in your life, then you're going to start to see more what they call, of course, synchronicities. It's all about tuning your fucking radio station somewhere close to where you say you desire to be. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. That's my definition of luck. And that's where you start experiencing these different occurrences, these different happenstances. You happen to be at the grocery store and strike up a conversation with somebody, and maybe like you're trying to get a business started, or you have a business, but you're looking for a certain plug for something. And this person happens to be the plug, or something. I mean, or it could be a romantic interest, or it could be whatever. It's all there already, is my point. Just like that bottle of beluga was probably already there, but because I was saying some shit about a beluga with locks, I noticed it. Hello from the South Bay. Hey, shout out South Bay. You're not that far from me. You know that, right? Okay. I'm taking it like San Jose or somewhere, Sunnyvale, some shit like that. But yeah, so you have what is called a reticular activating system. And basically, it's a heat-seeking faculty of your mind. It's like the dog. You ever played fetch with your dog? Well, it's the dog that's eager to go chase, and it's waiting for you to throw it so it can go fetch. In this case, your mind will go out based off of what you're throwing, and it'll bring it back to you, i.e., you're going to notice it. And chances are, yes, some of these things could have already been there. It's not just about materializing, because everything we need, when it comes to creation, everything is already created. So, like I said, I guarantee you the opportunities or whatever the doorways that you're looking for are already there. I've told this story like a few times, but I remember years and years and years and years ago, I didn't have a job. I was pretty fucked off for cash. And technically, my logical mind could not conceive of any way to get any cash, as far as like, anyway, there was just no way that I could possibly think of. I was walking down the street that I often walk down, and I swear to God, the wind blew and this paper crossed my path. As it was crossing my path, I happened to look down, and I realized this paper looks kind of peculiar. You know, kind of looks like a check or a money order, right? So that's exactly what it was, a blank money order for $100. I was just like, holy shit. Now, am I going to try and live like that, where I expect money orders to blow across my feet every day? No, of course, the more intelligent thing and logical, rational thing would be to get something started where I can provide a service or product, some type of value in exchange for currency. That would be the optimum thing to do, right? So, but at a time, it just shows like it can get to you even if you don't have channels for it to get to. You know what I'm saying? And then every time I walked down that street, I was looking like a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? Always looking all over the ground and shit. You know what I mean? And needless to say, I never seen another money order blow past me ever again. But things can definitely materialize. So if you want to dramatically and emphatically expand your probability circle, all right? Because there's shit right now in your life that is more probable to happen. Chances are it happened today. Chances are it happened yesterday. And good God damn it, there's a good chance it's going to happen tomorrow. But then there's other things that are outside of your little probability circle that are now what we call possibilities. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Is it probable? Is it likely to happen? Well, that's going to depend on you. The ancients have been using magic ritual for hundreds of thousands, if not even longer. Why? Why do you think? Because it works. This particular ritual is designed to amp up that whole flow currency. In other words, help you to get in rhythm. Of course, this is assuming that you know what you want and in what direction you'd like to go. You know what I'm saying? Some people Want to wait for the lottery. I choose to like be my own little lottery. I'm cool with that. You know, some people it works good. I know I've known personally people who just seem to hit all the fucking time, you know? But for me, I mean, yes, it's not like I would deny it, but for me, it's not like something that you have to be careful because for people, when I say luck, a lot of times, and I'm mentioning this because a lot of times people will associate luck with like lottery or winning something. And there's nothing wrong with winning shit. You can definitely put yourself in position to win shit. But I would suggest that you look inside because I know a lot of people that also are hoping to win the lottery because that's truly the only option they have given themselves to ever get what they desire. They feel like this is the only way it can happen. And because I know that that's how they really feel, like I can pretty much guarantee they're not ever going to win that shit. Shout out Santa Muerte devotee W. It was just look at yes. So, you know, aside from the lottery, there's also sweepstakes I mentioned, right? If you're into that kind of thing, there's writing contests. So if you have skills, you know, maybe you write a short story or something like that. They give out cash prizes, you know. I keep meaning to look into these things, but I be so busy with my business and other things that like, you know, it's just not that important to win something. I don't mind earning it. And by earning it, I also mean like by manifesting the shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's one, like I said, magic ritual is that premier way. And magic rituals can come in all kinds of forms. It don't have to be complicated. All right. So this is a group ritual in which we kind of hedge fund the energy and then disperse the energy to each of the individuals. I'm going to actually be doing this ritual with you. We're going to be doing it together. Okay. And as the old good book would say, where two or more are gathered, hashatabasoto. All right. You can bet on that shit. Class action suits. There's a lot of desperate energy also when it comes to the lottery. You got to think of that. Or never just consider that, I should say. Hey, right on. Thank you. See, sci-fi guy is going to get that shit circulated right back to him. I say it so. And you accept it, right? So 1,000-fold. Right now, I want you to just say to you, when you tell that goddamn YouTube sticker, return to me 1,000-fold. You tell that $10, return to me 1,000-fold. You command it. You don't ask it. You command it. All right. But yes, thank you very much. I appreciate you. But yeah, so if you are interested in joining up with us, like I said, the time is running out. Matter of fact, I got to go get some supplies either later tonight or tomorrow for the ritual. I've explained that you can get pretty much everything at like the Dollar Tree or the Dollar General or whatever dollar type of store you got there. You know, you're definitely going to need a new pack of cards. Okay, one that hasn't been used for anything, and then some other things that relate to your particular desires. Now, of course, you see money, you see relationships. To me, wealth is relationship. Relationships are wealth. That's my definition of wealth. And I said money separately because money is separate to me. Wealth can mean money, of course, right? But the definition here is wealth. Things that make your life wealthy. Your health is wealth. Let me give you all the money in the world and then take away your health, where you're like a vegetable on some machines or something, you know, machines keeping you alive or something. What good is that? Or you get the money and you're like in prison or something. What's the old saying? If they can't take the money from the man, they'll take the man from the money. So health is definitely my definition of wealth as well. Because without your health, without your health, your avatar, your avatar got ungats, right? Quinita Watson says, check the Equifax class action. all they can say is no. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, so if you're interested in that, like I said, it goes down on the 20th. Why? Because we are doing this on the spring equinox, my friend. We are utilizing, we are incorporating that energy. You see, because this is nature's new year. We have been programmed and conditioned to start our new year in the basically the dead of fucking winter. You know what I'm saying? Winter is synonymous with death. That's when everything dies. That's when all the leaves die. That's when shit dies because it's getting ready to be reborn. But the true new year is spring. Think about it. You can go outside probably right now, depending on where you live, and smell life in the air. You can smell like, I mean, as long as your allergies don't fuck with you too bad, you know what I'm saying? You can smell the new life coming. It's all about fertility. So what dreams, or I don't even like saying dreams really, but what intentions, specific intentions are you trying to fertilize right now? Because I'm telling you good goddamn and well, you could have probably up to 60 to 70% of those intentions by the summer solstice, which is June 21st, I believe. That's not that long away. That's really not that long away. I say that because some intentions, they just take a little bit longer, right? If you're trying to be a doctor, obviously there's certain things, a practicing doctor in the United States, there's certain things you're going to have to do. You know, you're going to have to go to school, get certain accreditations and all that shit like that. But for the rest of your shit, hey, you know what I'm saying? Yes, Monday is that day. Thank you, Sci-Fi Guy. That's exactly right. Monday is that day. Now, I would like you to have been already nice and tidy, signed up by the 18th, so that way you have time to just get your little materials, okay? And I encourage you to make this ritual your own as well. As soon as you order, you're going to get a thank you page with some very brief, simple instructions for this. And those instructions are going to tell you just some of the basic shit you need. Of course, you can embellish. I encourage you to embellish because you need to make this your own for you. What means shit to you? What means something to me might not mean nothing to you. Okay? So you can get into this though if you join the Master Your Magic workshop. People don't really know that. Okay? I've had a few people already sign up for this, and it's like, you should have just signed up for the workshop. You would have got this for free. And see, this is on the 20th, right? The workshop is on the 25th. And what I'm going to give to you on the workshop is going to be, it's going to turn everything around. You'll be able to activate your spells in ways that you just didn't know possible. Imagine that. And suppose when you need something or when you want something, you can do so with certainty without feeling that icky feeling of attachment, because attachment is what makes you feel stressed the fuck out. Attachment makes you feel like somewhere inside you there's some gears grinding. You know what I mean? And it's not a comfortable feeling. And then, so what ends up happening is your rituals or spells end up feeling like something you're kind of forcing. They're not enjoyable. And then Lord forbid, that critical factor of yours comes online and starts to pick and peck away at you that you're not doing it right. You're not doing it enough. You're not doing it hard enough, right? It may not work. What's the point of all this shit, right? When truth be told, the ritual is supposed to be one of the last steps as far as internally for you. When you walk away from that ritual, you feel a little bit changed. You feel like something has shifted. You feel different than when you sat down. You know? That's one of the signs. If you can experience that, that is one of the ways in which you have successfully impregnated your subconscious mind, as well as you pierced that hymen of the matrix, my friend. You done got it in. You know what I'm saying? So you can get this ritual for free. You can get it for free if you join the Master Your Magic workshop. To me, the Master Your Magic workshop part is worth more than any of the rituals themselves, because it doesn't necessarily matter the actual ritual. People put too much importance on the actual ritual itself, the herb, the this and the that. But if you are not, if you're not getting it into your subconscious mind, really none of that shit fucking matters. It really doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure a majority of you who have done magic have had all the herbs, all the tools, did it at the right day, at the right phase of the moon, at the right planetary hour, and you still got fucking ungats, which is Italian for shit. All right. If you didn't know. And there's nothing wrong with it. I don't even consider those types of rituals failures. I consider them feedback. It's feedback. It's feedback. So you might want to go back and tweak some things. And first off, kind of maybe if you can remember, what was my mind state like going into this ritual? Were you feeling, I'm going to tell you, for me, trying to do it at a certain day, at a certain hour, and all this shit, sometimes it puts unnecessary pressure. Then you're looking on your phone at like the planets. What is it? Oh my God, the Mars hour is running out. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? And you rob yourself of the opportunity to just throw yourself in, to get lost into this ritual, to be present in the ritual that you're doing. You're not even here for the ritual. You're thinking about some other shit. And then, of course, there's the other thoughts, right? You're hungry. What are you going to eat afterwards? What are you going to eat afterwards? You're going to call up so-and-so and get it in, I'm kind of feeling horny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I might, what? You're going to take a shower? What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? So my point is everything but being here for the ritual. It's like the preacher who's thinking about having sex with his wife when he's up at the pulpit preaching. And then when he's having sex with his wife, he's thinking about being at the pulpit preaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, be here now, goddamn it. Okay? Shit. Which, by the way, is best not to do a ritual being full. I even challenge that. You know what I'm saying? I don't take nothing anymore as far as it's like, now I admit if I've eaten way too much, you just ate way too much and you can't even get comfortable. You can't even lay down right because you're feeling like you got this fucking big old bunce. You know what I'm saying? Like the food is slushing around and you can't even get comfortable. I agree. But at the same time, doing a ritual, trying to ignore your hunger pangs is another bitch. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you're somewhere in the middle. Like, some people want to take things to extreme. If it works for them, fine. That's my attitude. That's my mantra. If it works for you, work that shit then. It's that simple. If it works for you. If it works for you. I would tend to agree. I like this comment. And I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. Okay, I'm going to kind of build off of what sci-fi guy over here is saying. Your intentions must be right. Now let's kind of touch on right. What does right mean, right? Number one, I would define right as that you actually truly do want this. Are you trying to do something out of fear? I need to manifest this so I could do this, so I could do that. You may not need to do all these other steps, man. There may be another way that you're just not able to see because you're not able to get out of your box. What is the brass tacks of things here? That's what and so make sure that you actually really want it. Right? And then if you really want to put steroids on that shit, communicate it to your subconscious mind in a way it understands. You gotta give your intention to your subconscious mind. It doesn't look at the surface shit like you do. Okay, you might want a certain amount of money. You might want like a car. You might want, whatever it is. That's for you, but your subconscious mind is looking at it differently. It's looking at it as, well, how are we going to feel with this? What does this allow us to feel? Or what does this allow us to give ourselves permission to feel now that we have that? If you can understand that, that's like one of the golden fucking keys right there. So then you can also give it to your subconscious mind in that particular way. And now you have your conscious mind taken care of. You have your subconscious. You're going to be cooking with fish grease, baby. Okay, you're going to have that somewhere in the middle. So because I've seen people also trying to, and the reason why I say that, sci-fi guy too, because you brought something to mind, is I've seen people trying to manifest something because they have this weird idea that they have to do something in a certain way. I'll give you even a personal example of that, right? Long ago when I was late on rent, right? I had this whole scenario in my head that I thought this is how it was. So I'm approaching something from this little box. I'm thinking it has to happen within this way, right? Needless to say, it didn't happen in my box, in this little box that I called my mind at the time, right? It happened outside of it, but it ended up working out better. I just could not see this other way that this shit could happen. I couldn't. I had all these constrictions in my mind, like based on time frames. Well, it has to be by this time. It has to. It's got to be this and that. And, you'd be surprised how things can just work out if you can just ease up a little bit, let go. You know what I'm saying? You got to let go. Like when I say let go, it's like also letting go of that like micromanaging shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Yes, we have deadlines to certain things, but is it possible that it can work out outside of this deadline? To which I had to answer yes. And it sure in the fuck did. In a way I could not. I thought I'm dead in the water. I'm going to get evicted. I'm going to get this $30. I'm going to blah, 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 and all this shit. For some reason, it ended up not happening like that. It just ended up working. And it was like, it happened in a way that seemed to just be like, some natural course of events. It wasn't like some weird supernatural shit. Well, all of a sudden, somebody just dropped off your rent. There was an anonymous thing. It said, hey, pay so-and-so's rent. Like nothing, dramatic like that. But the way it did work out was just perfect for me. And it allowed me to be able to get the rent to them. I think there maybe was a small late fee, but so fucking what? I was over here giving myself an ulcer and shit. I'm thinking it's the end of the world. I'm thinking there's no way. If it doesn't happen by this deadline, there's just no way shit's going to work out. And I was wrong. And one thing I learned from that was, that's your time frame, buddy. The universe may have a whole other fucking way of going about this shit. You just chill, okay? We got this. You just chill, all right? So that's how it worked out. But my point is, letting go, it's going to more than likely a lot of times happen out that box. Is it going to happen on time sometimes if you need it, or right on time? I'll tell you, that's when it's going to happen, right on time, right when you need it, right when you need it. I've had too many, to say, close calls like that, right when you need it. It always comes. It always comes. And I've also noticed when I've gotten in my own way. So to me, luck is also a part of this, is getting out of your own way. It doesn't have to be as excruciating and hard as you think it has to be. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of this is deeply ingrained. It's not your fault. It's conditioning. We're going to cover that in the Master Your Magic workshop, because you deserve to be able to maneuver through your path on your life. I don't want to say easily all the time, because not everything should be easy, because we learn and grow the most from challenge or by challenging ourselves, right? So if everything was just easy, like, but even still, like, okay, I'm going to go work out. Yes, it's going to be a hard workout, but it's going to be easy for me to get through a hard workout. It's just something I will do. It's not going to be this. I'm not going to have these mental conflicts in there making shit harder. It's the mental conflict inside of yourself that makes everything way more harder than it has to be. The action in and of itself may be challenging, but it's not as hard as you're making it for yourself. 75 summers, a winter weekend. If lucky, get yours. Yeah, I mean, I don't partake in the rat race. I don't. I really don't. I literally have created my own universe. And I mean, me personally, some people's values are different. Me personally, I'd rather make a little bit less, but be able to live on my fucking terms. Period. Point blank. I need to live on my own terms. I can't do that whole thing. And even to the point where I got to ask somebody if I can use a bathroom or some shit. Look, I'm sorry. And this is no disrespect to somebody who may be in a situation like that. If you can deal with that, hey, I tip my hat to you. But me, I went through hell and back to create my own experience that supports me. And you can do the same. And I'm taking my shit somewhere totally out. We're changing tax brackets. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Quietly. IRS might be watching. No, but I ain't going to worry about it because everything's legit. So yeah, that's my whole thing with that, and that means something different to everybody else. Some people you don't need $1 million to live how you want to live, to be as free as you want to be into the things that excite you the most, that enrich your life the most. That's what it's all about. Learning about yourself all along the way, getting to know your demons better all along the way, integrating them bitches all along the way. What's fucking with that? I don't know. See, Nicholas Davis knows what's up. He decided to walk his own path. And this is a work in progress. Absolutely. Am I like exactly where I want to be? Of course. Like, no. I mean, I'm happy, extremely happy where I'm at. I am very grateful. Absolutely. But part of us being here in these meat suits is you set an intention out there. Okay, now I'm going there. You know what I'm saying? Now we're going there. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a part of the process. And I'm cool with that. I'm patient. This is all a work in progress. All of it. But all I'm saying is, like, I've designed my life. Like I said, I don't do what the humans do. I really don't. I don't have to fucking leave my house if I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, some people have it that way too, but like maybe they have a boss or something like that. I don't answer to nobody at all. It's one of my big things. I hate answering to people. Call it pride, call it whatever. And it's just not even about that. I just need to be able to, if I need to go left right now at 3 a.m, then I need to go fucking left. If I need to, do whatever I need to do, I need to be able to do that at the drop of a hat. I'm not going to sit around and ask nobody for nothing. No. So, yeah, I mean, get into your shit. Write your fucking movie. What is your character going to be doing next? And put some magic ritual behind it. You know what I'm saying? And you can start, because spring is the equinox of new. Bringing in the new, right? Planting seeds, fertilizing, and also bringing in the new. You're setting yourself up. So set yourself up right. Join this Everything's Coming Up Aces, because that's like some old school slang slogan. But it's like basically everything's coming up. It's the same thing as saying everything's coming up roses, baby. Like everything is sweet. Like everything is, and when you're dealing with, when you're bringing in the new into your life, how could your life not be sweet? To you. That's who it matters. Not to me, to you. So join us, join me, and also join. I would just suggest do the smart thing. Join the Master Your Magic workshop. Get this free. Be smart. God damn it. You know, inflation's out there, right? It's gonna get you. No, no. But I'm just saying, like, and then therefore, once you get the Master Your Magic workshop, your perception is going to be automatically shifted. So now when you approach whatever ritual you do, whatever spell you do, man, you'll be able to freak that shit. And then you're going to start having successes, more successes happening. So now you're going to have these successes underneath your belt, and you're going to be like, man, I don't know. I think maybe one of the only dangers is you might not be able to get your get your head out through the door. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, hey, to each their own, you know, as long as you're happy and you're, you know, satisfied with what you got, you know, and grateful for all the things you got, you know, you're on your way. You're on your way. But anyways, I'm going to get up out of here. I just definitely want to tell you that. Don't forget the robotic incantations. Give them a try. Set your timer, right? Pick something that you, pick a thing. Pick a thing that you want. Maybe that you want to manifest. Some little thing, right? Or it could be a personal quality, right? I notice I'm more disciplined. 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 I notice I'm more disciplined, right? You just say it robotically. And next thing you know, you start noticing your little behaviors start to change. Where you would have just said, nah, I'll do it tomorrow. You're doing it. I just noticed. And now that fucking affirmation, it started off like a lie, but now it's starting to make sense. Now it's actually fucking coming true. You know what I'm saying? So you can go about it that way. Give it a try. Change your luck. It's up to you to change your luck. It ain't going to happen to you. It's going to happen from you. So remember that. All right. So this is Shango Ray. I'm going to be back again. You're going to be seeing this fucking face like every day until the workshop. So we're going to be on heavy promo. Okay. So because I'm trying to get this information to everyone that I can, you know what I'm saying? Everyone that I can. And it's definitely filling up. You have the workshop forever. So you can always refer to it. There's some good PDF materials that come with it also. So if you don't want to like watch the video, but you want to access, what was he talking about when you can just hit the PDF, little cheat sheet stuff, you know? I also have just a ritual and spell cheat sheet. It's like, I think 4 little steps, just 4 little things, just to make sure, a little checklist, okay, before I go into any spell or ritual, because I'm telling you, these are fundamentals. We're talking fundamentals here. This workshop, we're not dealing with like, this is how you do candle spells. This is how you do bath spells. This is how you do poppet spells. No, because it's not about that. It's not about the technique or the actual rituals. It's not about those things. It's not. That's not the most important thing. You can make some shit happen without doing a fucking thing, without lifting a finger, without lighting a candle. Okay? That's proof that you are the source. So that's what I want to deal with, right? You, the source. All right? So this is Shango Ray. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Hey, I love the conversation. Everything. Be sure to join Everything's Coming Up Aces Ritual. And be sure, if you do experiment, maybe do one for one day. Do an experiment for one day with these robotic incantations. Come back here and in the comment section of this video, let me know what happened for you. You know, I love hearing shit. You guys are my teachers as well. All right. So don't forget that. So let me know what's going on. All right. We up out of here. Peace. And we'll see you again tomorrow with some more master